So I'm going to be sharing my recipe for my pumpkin chocolate chip cinnamon loaf, sourdough loaf. So we have 600 grams of water. It says 607, it changes, but roughly 600. We're going to do 300 grams of active starter and 15 ounces of pure pumpkin. So make sure it's just pumpkin, nothing else in there. And we're also gonna add 200 grams of honey. First, I'm gonna add the sourdough starter and pumpkin and honey. So all three of those will go in together, mix really well. And then we are gonna add our flour. Now we add the flour. So in here I have 475 grams of the bread flour, which I use the King Arthur. And then the all-purpose flour, we're gonna add 700 grams. And this is the brand that I use for the all-purpose. I'm gonna add just like, I just do 1 spoonful. I'm not sure how much that's gonna be. We're gonna go for 15 grams of salt and mix everything really well. So this is my first time making this recipe and I don't have a recipe. I'm going all by texture. So after mixing all the ingredients, I noticed I think I need more flour. So I'm gonna add a bit more of my bread flour. I'm gonna measure it though. We'll go with one. I hate odd numbers. We'll go with 150. So there you go. So I added another 150 grams of bread flour. Still a little bit wet for my liking. So I ended up adding 60 grams of the all-purpose flour this time. Mix it in. Hopefully this will be it. All right, much better. So I'm gonna cover this, let it rest for an hour, and then I'm gonna add my chocolate chips and my cinnamon sugar. Dough has been resting for about 45 minutes, so it hasn't been a full hour, and I'm gonna add pumpkin pie spice. This is just sugar and cinnamon. And I was supposed to add chocolate chips to it, but I ran out, but I do have these melting wafers, so I'm gonna use those. You don't even have to add chocolate if you don't like it. I think the chocolate makes it a nice balance. So I'm just gonna eyeball it and hopefully it'll work out. But I will do measurements in the comments. First, I'm gonna dimple my dough in at least a little bit. This will help to incorporate my brown sugar better. Doing this with one hand, we got this. So we have your cinnamon sugar. I don't know, so. Okay, so in here, you guys, I have a little bit of brown sugar, regular sugar, and cinnamon. It's just, I just kind of combined it. Don't like odd numbers. We're gonna go for 70 grams. And then we're doing our pumpkin pie spice. Tear that out. And I think I'm gonna go with 10 grams of the pumpkin spice. Come on. There we go. I am gonna dimple that in, and then I'm gonna do some stretch and folds with the chocolate in there. Basically just mixing it in. Just squeezing, mixing, doing a little bit of stretch and pulls. You don't have to worry about mixing it all completely in because you will mix more in with every stretch and pull and coil that we're gonna be doing. I think that's good. Now I'm gonna add my chocolate chips. Again, you don't have to add chocolate chips if you don't want to, or we're adding chocolate wafers because that's what we have. No, I'm not cutting them up. I am being lazy. It is what it is. It'll be fine. They're pretty big, so I don't think I'm gonna add too much. But I don't think this, I'm not gonna measure this. You guys just eyeball it. I think I added like, I think it was like, when I did the chocolate chips, I believe it was probably around 2 cups of chocolate chips. And now we're gonna fold this chocolate chips in. You don't have to completely incorporate it because it will get more and more incorporated with every coil that you're going to be doing. And I'm gonna go probably like at least 6 times. Once I'm done doing the stretch and pull, I like to tuck my dough in so it's easier for me to do coils. And next I will be doing coils, and that's in 1 hour. So for 3 hours, every hour I will be doing coils. Okay, so our dough is very well risen and good to go. So I floured my surface, and basically that's it. I'm gonna divide this up to 3 loaves. And I like to sprinkle more cinnamon inside. That's what I do. Again, this is just cinnamon, regular sugar, and some brown sugar. And then we're just gonna fold it in. Still a bit sticky, but you can work with it, so that's good. And that's it. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator overnight, at least 12 hours. All right, it's been in the refrigerator. I actually took the saran wrap off just because it was already wet, so I didn't want it to be more wet. So I took it off and let it air dry in the refrigerator. So now I'm just going to put my strings over this and do my best to shape it into a pumpkin. I did 2 other ones and I did it in a round Banneton, and I do recommend to do that. This made it much harder, but it is what it is. I was tired, I wasn't thinking, and we're gonna make it work. So I'm just tying it, making it look like a pumpkin. I'm gonna cut off this axis and then put just the little cute designs. Again, totally optional. If you would have put it in the oven without these designs, just tied it, it would have came out like a beautiful pumpkin as it is. And it's going in the oven. My Dutch oven is in the oven and it's preheating at 550. I will put in the description the exact measurement or the time. So here it is. It's out. It's baked. We're going to let it cool off. And now we're going to cut off the strings as best as we can. I know the chocolate chips were much easier than these wafers, but again, it is what it is. I put a little bit of a cinnamon stick in there, and just to make you look more like a pumpkin. Look at her, she's so pretty. I think it came out great. Now let's check out these round ones. I thought they were really cute. I love the round ones. I'm regretting it, but it's okay. And now we're gonna cut this and see what it's all about. I can't wait. Let's see. Ta-da! Oh, it came out beautiful. It's still a little warm. I just couldn't wait, but I think it came out wonderful. I hope you guys try this recipe. I hope it works out for you, and thanks for being here. Have a blessed day.